a special every Sunday with Alexander May from
Yeah.
South Africa. Okay, now this is another country that the United States doesn't recognize, basically, as a country. But I looked up South Africa. They have 57 million people there. It's as big as Great Britain. We get a lot of feed from what goes on in the United Kingdom, in other words, Great Britain, all the time. I'm the prince. Here's what we get from South Africa. Okay, so I had to look her up, and the thing is, Alexander May is very well known, and Ankit, she had quite a few other people there that are just really well known singers on her show, Alexander May's Musical Cafe. I'd like to get more of those people on because they don't get any love or exposure here in the United States. In other words, you got some great people worldwide that just don't get exposure. And I'll give you another thing that just happened here, so you guys will know about. So we're convening a task force to work at the coronavirus. Of all the brilliant minds in the world, guess where all the brilliant minds in the world come from? The United States of America. They don't recognize there's other good scientists outside the United States. I am serious. I'm going like, wait a minute, there's good scientists around the world. And I know that from playing international chess. The top chess player in the world is actually from Norway. One of the other top players is from India, Vishal Kothari. All the chess players know that. But if you come here, everything is like, oh, we're going to get the top people in the world. They're all from the United States. There's nothing outside the United States. It's just the nature of the beast.
So, there is no fact that top 10 IT companies, all Indians are running those companies.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's just the way it is. In other words, here we're very, what they would call egocentric. That nothing happens outside the borders of the U.S. And so it's good to see you guys on IBM TV because now we can introduce Hong Kong. Hong Kong is not.
So we have two Hong Kong people right now. Rakesh is from Hong Kong, and
Rakesh has given me the update on Hong Kong. I would have no clue because if you watch the media here, I am telling you, you can go all day and they won't even talk about what's going on in Hong Kong. It's like nothing. So unless it's the media shut out because that's way overseas. We're not interested in what happens overseas. And we've had people here actually say, some very brilliant Americans going, well, we need to do a test on what works in coronavirus, and so we'll get the states doing tests and compare the states against each other. Like, what about the rest of the world? Oh, the rest of the world? What world? No, it's outside the borders of the U.S. There's other people there, dude. But anyway.
Vishal from Bollywood, and he knows Shah Rukh Khan. So I think Vishal will take the... So Vishal...
Vishal knows Shah Rukh Khan. Vishal, you know Shah Rukh Khan?
Of course. I belong from the city of Mumbai.
Oh, so in Mumbai, right.
So of course, I live here.
Close by. Okay, we're going to have some Hollywood producers.
We are very close by.
Okay.
We stay very close by.
Okay,
so I'm the closest of all of you from.
Good. We're having our third Hollywood producer on today. We had Robert Krantz, who runs right now a show. He's got a 2-year contract with Netflix. His show is Faith, Hope, and Love. You can watch it on Netflix. It's a great show. He might even be on today, but he was on a couple weeks ago. And we asked him, "Have you ever heard of Shah Rukh Khan?" Nope. Okay. And then we had Henning Morales. Henning Morales is a Hollywood producer. Has been in there for years. We asked him, "You ever hear of Shah Rukh Khan?" Nope. Okay, now we're having our third Hollywood producer on at 1:00 today, our time, which is about a little over 2 hours from now. His name's Wesley Elder. Okay, he runs a show on Amazon Prime called The Matchbreaker. Okay, I'm going to ask him the question: have you ever heard of Shah Rukh Khan? Shah Rukh Khan gets no love in the United States. In other words, and I watched, the guy's really famous. I did my research on him. Without researching him, they don't know who he is here, And here you have one of the best actors in the world who has no love in the United States. And probably what I told Ankit, we need to get him on IBM TV and introduce him to the Americas because we don't even know who he is, I think that would be great, So, Vishal, what city are you? Are you in Mumbai right now?
Yeah, I am in Mumbai right now. Hope you guys can listen to me.
Okay.
Yes. Hope the audio is good, loud and clear.
Yeah,
of course, I'm in Mumbai.
Yeah.
I'm from Mumbai. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai.
Okay. So what do you do?
I am a singer by profession. And first of all, I'm a very good friend with Ankit. And thank you so much, Ankit, for getting me here with all of you guys. And this is the situation we all are in today, facing
Yeah.
a very you can say a very dangerous situation for all of us, and it is
Right.
very good to connect with all of you guys, and spending some good time talking to you guys.
Hmm.
And I'm a singer, so I will more prefer, and I think so music is something that it heals you.
Hmm.
So now in this lockdown situation, I'm giving more time to music, and then I'm sure you guys, I'll sing a song for all of you,
Sure.
and I'm sure you're going to love the song, and you're going to little bit of the stress situation we are in right now, and
Yeah.
this song will definitely calm you guys down.
Oh, really? Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going
So
to
you want
remove.
me to start with some any song?
Yeah, we're going to give you more of the stage just a minute.
Okay, super, cool. Am I audible, Ankit?
Audible.
Okay, okay, just a second. I hope Rakesh ji and Narayan ji, you know this song, and it's a wonderful song, one of my favorite songs, composed by A.R. Rahman sir. अर्जिया सारी चेहरे पे लिख के लाया हूँ, तुमसे क्या मांगू, तुम खुद ही समझ लो, या मौला, या मौला, 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 मेरे मौला, 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 मेरे मौला, 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 दरारे दरारे है माथे पे मौला, मरम्मत मुकद्दर भी कर दो मौला, मेरे मौला, 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 मेरे मौला, 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 दरारे दरारे है मारे पे मौला, मरम्मत मुकद्दर की कर दो मौला, जो भी तेरे दर आया झुकने जो सर आया, मस्तियाँ पिए सबकी झूमता नजर आया, प्यास लेके आया था दरिया वो तर लाया, नूर की बारिश में हो, नूर की बारिश में भीगता सतर आया, मौला, 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 मेरे मौला, 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 मेरे मौला, 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 मौला.
बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब. Very good.
Thank you so much. And I thought कि let's start
वाह
with the
वाह
prayer.
वाह वाह.
और
Very
ऐसे
good, very
situation
good.
में हम लोग thanks a lot, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I was checking you out on the internet while you were singing. The thing is, it looks like you're pretty famous in India, eh? As I would say in Canada.
I have been a finalist of Indian Idol,
Right.
top 10 finalist in the first season
Right.
in
Okay.
India.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have been blessed, and I really feel blessed to be a part of Indian Idol season 1.
Right.
So that's how my journey started, and then I'm pursuing music, and music is my full-time career right now.
Hmm.
And I've been very happy doing music. And as all you guys know that musician की एक अलग ही रूह होती है.
Yeah.
हम राकेश जी और नारायण जी समझ सकते हैं. एंड जब आपके पास म्यूजिक होता है, व्हेन यू हैव म्यूजिक, देन यू लाइक यू डोंट नीड एनीथिंग एल्स इन लाइफ. So we
Mhm.
like very happy being in music, and with the music we worship music, and everything we want to do, we do it with music.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and the thing is, what we're trying to do is expand what we're doing here in music, and also give an international flavor of it. So, like I said,
Of
Sunday we
course.
have South Africa. Alexander May has her musical cafe, where she introduces all the people from South Africa, and then there and yes, Naramothri, yes,
Yes, Naranji, say.
yes,
Yeah, please say.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. You see, this has given an opportunity for many people, not only the branded and the well-known artists.
Hmm.
It has given an opportunity to a lot of talented people
Right.
all across the world, to present themselves via the Zoom app, or any other type of app,
Hmm.
and do collaborative effort with people, because people uh, who are in isolation,
Sure.
they would need entertainment. So lots of budding talents are
Yeah.
able to present themselves, and many of them are using their talent to garner funds,
Hmm.
relief funds.
Yes.
So there are lots of fund receiving and help giving institutions,
Hmm. Right.
which are which are targeted at specific, because there are a whole 9 yards of people who need support.
Hmm.
you know for example, right in the frontline medical staff, they need personal protection equipment, PPE.
Yeah.
So that costs money. So there are some agencies which are basically garnering funds to do that. And lots of migrant workers and lot of daily wage people, they need to be fed.
Hmm.
So lots of budding talent.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Vishal himself, who gave us a wonderful song just now, if
Hmm.
Vishal himself has aligned himself with some fundraising effort. I'm
Yeah.
sure he must have done that.
Yeah, and the thing is, what we could use here is an Indian cafe, since we already have a
Yes, of
South
course.
African
Yeah.
cafe. In other words, we're
Yeah, of course. It's our duty. Of
yeah,
course,
because the thing is,
it's our
see,
duty
like
towards the nation,
yeah,
and
yeah, but like if you were to
What a
say,
coincidence!
it is so simple to
What?
actually have an Indian cafe here on IBM TV and export it to the whole world. If you said, I want to build an Indian restaurant here in the US, oh, you got to fly over, and I'm going to fly visit Ankit, but it's a 20-hour flight. You got to put a building, you got to open up a restaurant, you got to it's a lot of work. Okay. But if you said, I want to have an Indian cafe that brings in actors and talent and music and stuff, it's real simple. You just put it on the internet and you blast it all over the whole world. I mean, it's not that difficult to do. So I think Alexander May, our person from South Africa, is doing a great job on Sunday, bringing in the South African community into IBM TV. But not only that, to the Americas, because, like I said, we don't know what goes on over there. So there's a big opportunity to actually bring in, and I'll have to talk to Ankit, because he's the guy who knows 1.3 billion people, about putting together an Indian cafe where you bring in music, and you bring in people like Shadow Khan, who people here in the U.S. don't know who he is, and say, hey, it will introduce you to the people in the United States and South Africa, et cetera, because they really just don't know. And it's really easy to export right now internationally through the internet. So it's something's really good. And Rakesh has been great for us because he gives us the report on Hong Kong. And I know both you guys live in Hong Kong. And for a long time, we were wondering if even IBM TV broadcast into Hong Kong. I thought maybe we were being shut out because we got reports from all over the world right now. So I know we're being seen in the Philippines, we're being seen in Italy, we're being seen in South Africa, Mexico, Spain. In other words, I get reports on who is viewing us, and then I was getting no reports from China, and I was going, how's China blocking us? Or are they blocking us? But I guess in Hong Kong, people can actually see it, which is kind of interesting, you know. So Rakesh, what's going on in Hong Kong?
It's as far as I know, it's pretty good. Hi.
Yeah. Do you guys know each other? Do you
yes,
know each
yes.
other?
We studied in a university together.
Oh, really? Wow. Small world, as they would say, eh?
It is. So that's how I met Ankit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time, of course, that Narayan is coming on the show, so it's quite interesting. Vishal, your song was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Just loved it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the thing is, the funny thing about the music that Vishal has, it's not even introduced into this country. No, he has a unique singing style that isn't even used over here, and so the thing is, it would be very unique to actually have his music imported here to the United States, and he doesn't have to travel. He can do it all on the internet.
I would like to play Alexandra's show teaser so that our viewers and also the panelists would know how it was. And I think especially for Vishal. So here you go, what happened on the show.
I ain't no typical girl. I ain't no typical girl. I ain't no typical. I ain't cheerleading while the boys play ball. I ain't no typical girl. No. I wanna be right there in the middle of it.
So this was last Sunday, 3 p.m. EST, and there's the next show coming up Sunday, 3 p.m. EST. And we are looking for musicians around the world to do their own shows on IBM TV, and we'll speak to Vishal after the show if he's interested. So where's Narayan Murthy, because he's also connected with a lot of musicians, and I believe he can run his own show because he has a lot of things to share with the viewers and with the world.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and Vishal can invite Shadow Khan. Well, why do I want to be on IBM TV? Well, because people in the United States don't know who you are. Well, they all got to know who I am. Well, we'll see. I mean, the thing is, it would be a great introduction. And I told Ankit we need to get Shadow Khan on IBM TV so that people in the United States will know who he is rather than going, who is this guy? You know, because apparently also it has a lot of Bollywood movies over there. And those Bollywood movies, they just don't get over here, you know? So he's not seen at all. But having an Indian musical, you know, a music show, that would be really great because we actually do have a very big Indian community here in the United States. A friend of mine in Atlanta actually runs a magazine and has about 40 or 50,000 subscribers that go to the Indian community just in the Georgia area. So it's actually a very large community, but it's not being served by the major networks because it's not large enough for the major networks to serve it. But for IBM TV, we could actually service that show and actually do it all over the world, which I think would be really cool because it gives another flavor to the Indian music. It's just the reason, Rakesh, I really want to go to Hong Kong besides to meet with you, Rakesh, because I love Chinese food. I'm sorry. Okay. You know, I mean, the Chinese food is really good. And frankly, it's better in China and Vancouver. I used to have it in Vancouver, but here where I live, the Chinese food isn't as good. You can almost tell which Chinese food is better than others if you eat a lot of Chinese restaurant. And I was in New York about a month ago, right before the virus hit. And I actually took my wife, we were going to a Chinese restaurant. I was going, hey, this is coming from Wuhan. Maybe it's not a good idea, but we went and ate there anyway. But unfortunately, in New York, which usually has good Chinese restaurant, this guy had moved it to more American style. And so it wasn't really Chinese style, you know, and we're going, wait a minute, no. You know, when you live in, I lived in Bellingham, Washington, Seattle area, right near Vancouver. And we used to go to Vancouver all the time. There's a place called Richmond, which is a suburb, has really good Chinese restaurant. But you know what? They're all the Hong Kong Chinese that moved over to Vancouver. And they have great Chinese restaurants there. But So Rakesh, the real reason is to go eat at the good Chinese restaurants in Hong Kong. But I'll visit you while I'm there. So,
Yes, we've had Chinese food in India too, but as you said, it was modified to suit Indian tastes.
right.
And genuine Chinese food I've only eaten after coming to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I suppose in every society there are subcultures.
Mhm.
Like there's an Indian subculture in the US, which is such a huge melting pot. I think the biggest melting pot in the world.
Yeah.
And in that sense, I'm sure in the subculture, Shah Rukh Khan is quite famous. He's the richest actor in the world.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that. I was very impressed. I was going, this is amazing. This guy is very successful financially, and very well known. And then when he comes to the United States,
in Germany, there was a film of his being shown, and the usher wouldn't let into Turkish girls who wanted to see the movie, and so they punched him up.
Oh, really?
So he's really popular.
Yeah. No, that's good, and I'm sure the Hollywood actors here the Hollywood producers that we have on our show would certainly like to add somebody like him into their shows or work with them in some form or fashion, or even get somebody from India who's an up and coming actor, because we've talked to several of the Hollywood producers, and one problem they have is they're good at identifying talent, but here's the real problem. You have to go through so many people to find the talented person, where a person like Shah Rukh Khan knows right off the top of his head who's the next up-and-coming person to put into a movie. I mean, they just did, because they float in that industry. And so the producers that we talked to, and in about 2 hours, we're going to have another Hollywood producer on, that one problem they have is casting. In other words, sometimes what they'll do is they'll hire a casting agent to scan people to find that. And I would hate to be talent, okay? Because of your talent, your odds of actually getting on are about 1 out of 300. It's at least here in the U.S. Oh, you're going to get on a movie? Yeah, well, stand in line. There's 300 people in line to audition for one part.
In India, the actresses have done better. Priyanka Chopra and Deepika Padukone seem to have made a break into Hollywood. Poor Shah Rukh Khan got stuck at the customs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was going to go well.
Dev Patel was also popular. Dev Patel, the young Indian actor.
Yes. And Frida something. I forget what her name was.
Yeah. There's some that made. I think there's some that have made it over here into the Hollywood scene, but there's going to be a breakdown, and we've talked to our Hollywood producers about that, because it's so easy to actually film and produce internationally and distribute internationally. There's going to be a breakdown in the Hollywood studios, but still. He was saying that the reason why he moved the producers live in Hollywood is that the talent is huge in the Los Angeles area. I mean, he goes 750, almost 1 million people just work on Hollywood productions in Hollywood. In other words, they do movies, they do television, they do singing, they do the whole thing. So it's a big culture there in the Los Angeles area.
Narayan-ji might have to leave, but I would like him to share some stories about the music, and also he knows a lot of languages. So, Narayan-ji?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear us? Narayan Murthy-ji, I think he's having...
Narayan Murthy, can you hear us, Narayan?
Maybe some problem with it.
Yeah, it looks like he may have some audio problems. Vishal, have you ever been to the U.S. Any chance? Vishal, have you been here?
Sorry, can you come again?
Yeah, have you been to?
Yeah, I can hear, but it's breaking again and again. So.
Okay, we're stepping up.
For your shows or for singing anything in America?
Yeah, have you been to America?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have been 12 times to America.
Wow.
In fact, I was about to fly to on the 11th of March
right.
to Florida.
I
And
see.
luckily, we got a call that, yeah, so the government has called off, and you cannot, perform.
Hmm. Right,
So
right. So
luckily, I didn't fly to America, and yeah, I am in, I am in India right now. So
okay,
I was about to fly and about to perform in Florida.
okay, right. So you've done live
So I've
performances.
been a lot. Yeah, yes, I've done many live performances in America.
Hmm. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, the thing is, yeah, because the U.S. market.
Can you talk about the crowd? How many people join your performances in America? Because I would like Nick to understand how big is the Indian community in US.
Mhm.
Of course, Indian community is huge. There are, yeah, mostly I can say Gujaratis a lot in America.
Mhm.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So mostly the concerts which I have done in the US are the hotelier conventions which I have done.
Hmm.
So there's lots of hoteliers, yeah, who do this convention. The hoteliers from all around the US. So they do this convention every year once.
Hmm.
Once a year they do, and they call a lot of artists from India, all the celebrities from India, all the singers, all the dancers, all the actors. So it's like fun, and it's huge.
Right.
How many people? What's the attendance? Vishal, how many people come and watch you live on in US?
Uh, See, the biggest till date I have experienced must be like more than 8,000, 10,000 people.
Hmm. Right. Yeah. Do you also perform in India
Yeah,
also? What is the attendance like in India?
yeah, we perform everywhere. Yeah, we perform throughout India, and we have like a whole team, our music band, our managers, female singers. So it's
Hmm.
like a team of 10 people. We travel everywhere in India,
Hmm.
and like we do shows, we do corporate shows, we do wedding shows, we do college shows.
Hmm. Okay. Right.
And
And
what's the attendance when you perform in India? How many people come and watch you?
See, it depends if it's a wedding, but on an average, I can say around 400, 500 people.
Mhm.
And it depends if it's a college gig. If it's a college show, then there must be more than 700, 800 people.
Mhm.
But comparatively, I think so. College gigs are always fun because we have all the students watching, and they are really very enthusiastic and very young,
Mhm.
and it's always fun to do a college gig.
Mhm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, the internet though actually has a big potential following, as we've discovered. Running IBM TV. So the thing is, because we could go worldwide as opposed to just limited to one gig in one particular country, it's the numbers. Actually, when we were running the numbers at IBM TV, that there's a potential market of 4.3 billion people through the internet right now. Not million, but billion. And I like billion. And Kit likes billion too.
Nick, I lost you. I mean, I can't hear you.
Hello, namaste. Yes, Ankit, Nick, Murtiji, and Rakeshji, and Vishal. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, namaste, namaste,
Nick,
namaste.
you need to check your mic. I can't hear you.
I
So I
can
think
hear it.
Naranji have something to say. Naranji, you want to say something? You need to check your mic, Nick.
Can
I
you hear
think
me?
yeah.
And Kit, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually pressed that button. So, Dr. Sagu, welcome.
Yes, thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Right. So what's happening in the medical world right now with this coronavirus? Are you doing any bariatric surgeries?
Not right now. We are not doing the bariatric surgeries, but yes, we are doing some emergency surgeries, and we are following some guidelines while doing the surgeries. Like, I mean, there are the many phases where we have divided the patients into some phases. So you can say the first phase is the pre-hospital patients. So when we have to consult the patients, and we are basically consulting through the telemedicine only, we are not physically consulting the patients. And there are some norms which has been made by our societies, because we are running a lot of societies like Obesity Society of India. There is the International Federation of Obesity and Metabolic Surgery, if so. And according to the guidelines, basically we are screening the patient while doing the telemedicine. So number one, there are basically 5 or 6 parameters by which we are screening the patient. Number one, there should not be symptoms of the COVID. Number two, there should not be contact history with the COVID patient. And number three is there should not be any travel history in the past 1 month. And number four, the patient should be in quarantine for at least 14 days. And number five is patient should be following the social distancing guidelines.
Yeah.
Now, we ask the patient, yeah.
Do you see telemedicine actually increasing now because of the coronavirus?
Yeah. So now I did around 6 consultations today through the telemedicine. So basically, the telemedicine is become beneficial for us without coming in contact with the patient, because we don't know, even the asymptomatic COVID patients, they're increasing now. So we are not coming in contact with the patient, and we are consulting the patient by just taking the history and by seeing just the reports only. And for the physical examination, we are calling the patient in the hospital. But if you consult 100 patients, I think you require only 20 or 25 patients to be there in the hospital. At least you are downgrading the crowding of the hospital. You're downgrading the chances of coming in contact with the COVID patients.
So what do you do when you're consulting them as a bariatric surgeon? What sort of consultation can you do on the internet that makes a difference?
So basically, the consultation starts with our history. We start with the history, that the personal history. We ask about the symptoms of the patients and the problem of the patients. This may be a tiredness, this may be increasing weight, and this may be a diabetic history, this may be hypertensive history, and history of any other comorbid condition. There may be history of the sleep also, history of the stress also, and other problems. It may be the backache, it may be the knee problems, and some others. Right? Then we take any family history, because in the obesity there is always a family history.
Right.
So because the obesity is running in the family, because nobody is running in the family. So so that is why we are getting so many patients in one family.
Right, because they never go for a walk.
Yeah. Because this is a modern lifestyle which we have adapted to. We are not doing any physical activities. We are taking everything by sitting. We are not eating mindfully. Our mind is at the screen, and we are eating, and we don't know how much we have eaten. So we have not the exact idea of the portion size. We don't have exact idea of the contents what we are eating. So there is always the family history is also very, very important when we do the consultation for the bariatric.
Right.
Then we take a history. Yeah.
Go on. Yeah. You take history first. Then what do you do next after you get the family history?
So the next history is we take a history of any weight loss history. Within the past, the patient has done any attempted any opportunities, or had made efforts to lose weight, maybe by dieting or by exercising or anything. Because by this history, you will come to know that if the patient has lost weight by dieting or exercising, and once he or she has lost the weight and then regained the weight, there may be failure of the diet, or there may be failure of the exercise. So this will exactly tell you the nature of the patient and the compliance of the patient, whether the patient is compliant or patient is non-compliant.
Do you think telemedicine will, because of everybody now is getting conditioned to using the internet, do you think telemedicine will actually start increasing to negate having people come in the office? Because when I go see my physician, I spend, I think, half my time filling out paperwork. In other
Yeah,
words,
yeah. So
you know,
when you have screened already on the internet, and when you enter your hospital, number one, you will be very much recognize your physician.
right?
You have a bonding with your physician, so
Hmm.
you don't have to waste the time to make a bonding with your physician, and you don't have to waste your time to tell your history. So everything is there in place, and now the other paperwork can start, and the physician can directly start your physical examination,
Yeah.
and they can see you further. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also think it's more efficient because then you don't have to get in a car here. At least for me, I got to get in a car. I have to drive because I live in the boonies, half an
Yeah.
hour or an hour to get to my physician's place. Drive an hour back. Spend. I mean, it's a half a day. Spend
Yeah.
half the time filling out paperwork and going through all this stuff. The telemedicine
Yes. Yes.
seems to be more efficient because you just dial up on the internet, and
Yeah.
there's even a computer calendar right now. I think it's
Yeah.
Calendar that we use that you can have people just fill out and have their appointments already done in advance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
So
calendar.
even in some other fields also, the internet has come up with a lot of benefits. Like you have a meeting schedule and you need to go somewhere. So the last week we had a meeting because we have an obesity surgery society of India. So
Mhm.
we usually have an annual meeting. That is not an annual, that's a quarterly meeting. So we do meet 4 times a year. So
Mhm.
that may be the another places, some other provinces also. So you have to fly to other provinces for that. And
Yeah,
now what we did, we
yeah,
had just meeting online. And
right.
I mean, you will be surprised. There was no cost involved. There is no cost, and you saved lot of time. You're doing your daily routine here. You are fulfilling your responsibility at home. You're fulfilling your responsibility at your professional place, and even then you are attending your meeting and solving a lot of problems.
Yeah, yeah. It's just to me, it's a lot more efficient to
Yeah.
run things through the internet. And when I was working with AnKit on the IBM TV project, what we found out is that the internet has become so well that we can hear you, see you just as well as
Yeah.
if you were in the United States.
Yeah.
And 20 years ago, that wasn't the case, but today, I mean,
Yeah.
it's much more efficient. I would like to go out and see AnKit physically, but man, it's a 20-hour flight. I've already checked. I mean, I'm going, no matter how you're doing,
Yeah.
you're spending all day in an airplane and all day coming out, 20 hours in the air. Where in the internet, you just press the button and boom, you're there. So to me, it seems to be a much more efficient way. Now, bariatric surgery here. Yeah, go on.
I'd like to interrupt, and I think Vishal needs to leave, so I think maybe he'll sing one more song before.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Vishal, if you can do one more song, because then Ankit's brilliant. He cuts these little songs out, puts them on the internet, spreads them to his 1.3 billion people followers. So the thing is, yeah.
ओके अब मुझे एक सवाल भी आपसे पूछना है. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
absolutely.
You're good. We can hear you. If we can't hear you, we'll beam back in. I'm just giving you the stage. That's all.
Yes, Vishal, you want to
Okay,
ask question?
Dr. Saab, I just wanted to ask you one thing. That it is also said that one can have coronavirus still, if he doesn't have the symptoms as well, but he still can have coronavirus.
Yes, yes, Vishal, it's true. Because when we see the scenario of the patients, around 80% patients they are having mild symptoms or no symptoms. Even the asymptomatic patients they can have a coronavirus because this virus is lethal, but this virus is lethal to only few of the
Okay.
patients. They are lethal to the patients who have a chronic disease. They are lethal to the patients who have a very very low immunity. If like you, me, I mean the patients who having a very good immunity, the virus can come and can go, and you even didn't know that. So the virus will come and go. So
Exactly.
it means the asymptomatic patients they are more in some asymptomatic patient. And today, what happened with me? The one patient was posted for the emergency surgery for the obstructed hernia. So we have a guidelines that before
Okay.
performing any surgery, we need to get the COVID-19 test, and we should follow all the guidelines. And we did a COVID-19 test just for the screening before starting the surgery, and he came to be positive. he came positive. There was no symptom of COVID.
Okay.
So asymptomatic
Okay.
patients, they can be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'll just wrap up with one song. And it's a beautiful song. Again, like भगवान हमको शक्ति दे और इस वायरस को हम मात दे सकें. दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे, हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम, जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे, बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले की होना, हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे, भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. So I pray for every one of you, and please be safe, and please आप अपना ख्याल रखिएगा, अपने घर वालों का ख्याल रखिएगा, एंड आई विश कि हम सब लोग फिर से ऐसी जिंदगी एक बार